How to tie a float rig for beginners. Today we're talking about one of the simplest yet most effective fishing rigs in fishing, the float rig. A float rig does three main things. First, it keeps the bait suspended right where the fish are feeding and no more snags. Second, it has a built-in indicator. When the fish take interest, this float will sink or move. Oh, I got a fish, I got a fish, I got a fish, I got a fish. And it's easy to spot. Third, this rig is very versatile. You can adjust the depth by adjusting this bobber stop. Okay, the advantage of this rig, here we got the stopper knot up here. So that'll reel right into the rod and into the reel or into the spool itself. So you don't have a big rig hanging over. You can reel that up and it's easy to cast. And here's my stopper knot right here. When I cast this out, that float will come up here and that hook will hang down about 5 or 6 feet into the water. And we're going to show you how we tie the bobber stop. This fishing rig can be used in rivers, lakes, ponds, and even salt water. To make our float rig, the first thing we're going to put up the fishing line is our stopper knot. Now remember, I'm the no swivel guide. This fishing line we're pulling straight out from the rod and reel. We are not attaching a swivel. Now here's how we set the depth of where the fishing hook is going to be. You can make this 2 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet. The stopper knot will pull through the rod and reel. And you can reel this up. Here's where we're going to set the depth of your fishing hook. This is the end of your line. So let's say I know the pond I'm fishing in is 6 feet deep. I want to keep this hook suspended just above the bottom. So I'm going to set this stopper knot at 5 feet. So once I got my height figured out, I'm just going to pull this knot off this plastic tube. Like that. The plastic tube will come off the end. And here I'm going to tighten the stopper knot. Now I'm going to cut off the excess line. This stopper knot is also adjustable and you can adjust it to the depth of your water. Next we're going to put a fishing bead on. What this fishing bead does is stop the stopper knot from getting caught in the float. Okay, so far we have a stopper knot and a fishing bead. Next we're going to attach the float. So here you see we have our stopper knot, a fishing bead, and a float. Next we're going to put another fishing bead. Now for the last step, to simplify this, rather than adding a weight and a hook, we're just going to add a jig. You can tie your favorite knot here. Cut your tag. So instead of having this complicated rig that I downloaded off Google, here we have a simple float rig consisting of a stopper knot, which is adjustable depending on the depth you want to fish. You have a fishing bead here, which will prevent this stopper knot from getting caught in that float. Under the float, you have another fishing bead, and that just prevents this lure from banging into the float. And then you have your jig lure, weighted hook. Put your bait right on here. And here you got everything you need for a nice float rig. It's going to keep that hook from getting snagged on the bottom. And as you see here, when you cast this out, this jig is sinking, and this will come up, and it hits that stopper knot right there. Hits that stopper knot, and that'll float. And that's what sets your height. So if you happen to run out of bobber stops, or you just don't like them for any reason, let me show you how to make one real fast. It's real simple. You cut about a 6-inch piece of fishing line like this, and you're going to tie a uni knot on here. So what you're going to do is lay that along the line. Going to make your loop like a uni knot. Okay, we're making a uni knot. Wrap that around about 5 times. Then you're going to just pull both tag ends. Put your tags off. So there you just made your own stopper knot. And this is adjustable. Actually, if you can tie a half decent uni knot, you could probably do a better stopper knot than these guys do.